It is a week of diplomacy. We know that it's the United Nations General Assembly. Issues around peace and security will feature very high on the agenda. Ukraine and Russia conflict, this is one of the burning issues really that will be really explored by the world leaders as they're meeting in New York. But right here in Johannesburg, we're joined by the outgoing Ukrainian ambassador here in South Africa. So Ambassador Abravitova, thank you so much and welcome to SABC News.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me again.
Lovely. Ambassador, we know that the issue of the conflict, Russia-Ukraine, has always been a burning issue. The expectations, well, we've seen President Zelensky coming to South Africa, meeting with President Ramaphosa, but also we saw him going to the US, all sorts of things, going to so many capitals. And I would imagine you hope that world leaders will see the need to prioritize this issue once again.
You're right. This is the week of diplomacy, but also this is a big challenge for the United Nations itself to prove again its existence and to prove that it can be the mechanism that all the countries will be following and that will be using to make the peace, to preserve peace, to maintain it. In our circumstances, we have seen that for more than 10 years of war, this was the platform, the important platform to speak about Russian aggression of Ukraine, but we witnessed already in 2022 the full-scale invasion, which speaks about failure, that something is not working there. So this is yet another opportunity for us to make it work. I hope that all the engagements that our leaders are going to have, that they will be fruitful and that Ukrainian people will finally receive the peace that they so much deserve.
Ambassador, obviously, it's quite a very somber note. You're leaving your post here in South Africa, you're going back to Ukraine. Let's briefly reflect on your time here in South Africa. And in fact, in Southern Africa, where we've seen so many of the embassies proliferating from Mozambique to Botswana. But briefly, your time here in South Africa, how has it been?
First of all, of course, this is the time of Ukraine's renaissance in Sub-Saharan Africa. The number of embassies that we open is just the consequence of that dialogue that both Ukraine but also African countries realizing it's so crucial and important for us to move forward. Now when most of us are looking at the diversification of bilateral engagements, we see a very important role in building the win-win collaboration between the countries. It is very difficult to summarize something that is in the process, because this is the process. We really now stand on the firm positions where we are in need of each other. We need it for sustainable development. We need it to guarantee the peace and in the future the sustainable development of our communities. But also I want to say, using this opportunity, that I really appreciate the people of South Africa that embraced Ukrainians, embraced us in such a difficult time in our history. We always will remember the solidarity that people of South Africa expressed, but also I hope that South Africa will continue to play the role in bringing the children of Ukraine back from Russian captivity, the role to bring prisoners of war back to Ukraine, and of course to establish the relations in trade and economic sectors where we finally can benefit from what all of us were trying to do for all last years.